I've had my fun. Now I'm ready to be a wife again. I stared at it for a full minute, maybe two, my thumb hovering over the reply button. I didn't answer, not because I didn't have words. I had too many. But silence, I've learned, can hit harder than truth. She left a year ago. No warning, no fight, no tearful goodbye, just a note on the kitchen counter that said she needed space to find herself. I gave her that space, a whole year of it. And she filled it, from what I gathered, with men who made her feel alive. I didn't chase her. I didn't beg. I didn't rage. I just disappeared, too. Except I didn't really. Back when things were good, she'd say I was predictable, that I needed everything in order. Maybe she thought that made me boring. But that's the thing about people like me, we don't break loudly. We rebuild quietly. While she was off living her truth, I started mine. I started by changing the locks, then the accounts, then the name on the house deed. Her name vanished from everything, one line item at a time. And when the divorce papers were ready, I didn't send them. Not yet. I wanted her to feel safe, even entitled, because people like her only fall when they think they can't. I didn't need to snoop. Her digital trail did the talking, tagged photos, comments, hotel check-ins. The man's name was Ethan, real estate agent. Lived in the same city she once called too small for her dreams. I watched from a distance. 6 months. That's how long it took for him to get bored. When she realized it, she tried reaching out. Little things at first, old songs sent over text, just checking in, messages, subtle reminders of what we used to be. I left them all on read. By the 9th month, she was desperate enough to call my mother. Said she wanted to come home. That's when I decided it was time. I met someone too, around that time. Clara. No games, no riddles, no lies. Just a woman who valued silence the way I did. When I told her the story, she didn't ask if I still loved my wife. She just said, then let her see what she threw away. That's when the plan began. I invited my ex-wife back to talk, a single text, if you're serious, come by next Friday, 7 p.m. Her reply came instantly, you won't regret this. She was right. I wouldn't. Friday came. The house was warm, the lights low, the air heavy with the scent of Clara's cooking. I heard the car pull up exactly at 7. She still drove the one I bought her, the only thing I hadn't reclaimed. I left it that way on purpose. When she knocked, I didn't go to the door. I let Clara answer. The silence that followed was surgical. A few seconds of disbelief, a flicker of confusion, then the color drained from her face. Can I help you? Clara's voice was calm, soft even. My ex's lips trembled. I think I have the wrong house. Clara smiled faintly. No, you don't. Then I stepped out from the hallway, adjusting my cuff links like I'd been waiting for her. Evening, I said. Her eyes darted between us. What is this, Daniel? This, I said, is what finding yourself looks like. She tried to recover, to twist it. So this is your revenge. You replaced me. I walked closer, slow, deliberate. No, I said. I rebuilt what you abandoned. You just happened to show up at the unveiling. Her gaze hardened. You can't just erase me like that. I almost laughed. Erased? No. You're a lesson carved in permanent ink. Every document, every account, every reminder, I made sure your name was exactly where it belonged, in the past. She tried to walk past me into the living room. Clara blocked her. Calm, firm. You need to leave, Clara said. For a second, my ex looked small, lost. The confident woman who once walked out like she owned her choices now stood trembling at the doorway of the home she no longer had a key to. You'll regret this, she whispered. I leaned in close, just enough for her to hear me breathe. I already did once. Then I shut the door. The next morning, she tried again. Text after text, call after call. Then came the email, long paragraphs about how she'd made a mistake, how she missed us, how she still believed in what we had. I forwarded it to my lawyer with one line, proceed. By Monday, the divorce was filed, assets finalized, and her name legally detached from mine. By Wednesday, she'd posted a vague quote online about men who move on too fast. By Friday, she saw the wedding photos. Not ours, of course. Not yet. But I made sure they looked convincing enough, the ones Clara and I took in the garden. Rings visible, smiles real. The caption read, "Some endings are just beginnings that finally found their peace." She blocked me after that. It's been 3 months now. Every so often, I catch myself staring at the door she once walked through, half expecting to see her shadow there again. But I don't. And that's the point. People think revenge is about payback. It's not. It's about reclaiming silence, the kind that doesn't ache anymore. She thought she could come back when she was ready to be a wife again. But I'd already had my fun. Now I was ready to be free.